Well, hello everyone, this is comrade-Sirius and welcome to episode 50. Yes, technically in English series it's a little less because those first 5 episodes were compiled into one. But yeah, we keep the numbering of the Czech series because we do it for quite a long time. And I'm showing you this train because this is what majority of this particular episode will be about. It will be about planning rail, because now if you take a look, and we can absolutely close this one. Yeah, I know about you guys. Missing alcohol. Yeah, we won't do nothing about it. Though to be fair, new combine harvester, that it caught my attention. So let's take a look. And it's S4. Wow. As our first new one, speed is 20, that's fine. Though to be fair, this one has maximum speed of 14 kilometers per hour. And yeah, this one has 12. So it doesn't seem too big of a difference, but this guy costs 4,500 for some reason. This guy is better in terms of, harvesting power, because 26 feels okay. But this one is the first one that's looking like a new one, like a current guy. So we'll keep that in mind. It might come in handy. But I just want to show you something, and that thing is right here. This is Libeň. You have seen the part up to here, which is a personal station, 5 tracks. I hope it will come in handy, but we're definitely not there right now. And this is a rail distribution office, and this is a coaling station. Yeah, you know these icons probably. Well, at least you should. These guys are here, and they are absolutely out of fuel because I did cut them from their, well, let's call it a natural source. I have no idea if they would be even able to go fill somewhere. We'll take a look. Ah, yeah, they can't. But I just wanted to be sure. Yes, we will deliver some fuel here, so they will do it. That's fine. And yeah, guys, it's something. Someone assigned here, actually. Yeah, reconstruction office. Okay, sure. They are nice guys. So, again, yeah, it seems, yeah, low priority. We will be digging those pipes as well. What has happened here? And I can press F2. Yeah, we did raise the terrain, and this tool will come online. We raised the terrain to about 15 meters. It's basically the same across all of this plateau. And let me just walk through what is here. This is a second distribution office because why not? They are supplied by a conveyor because this is for coal. And this is a coal unloading station. It will be used as such. This is a refueling station. And this refueling station will get filled probably via truck or maybe even via a pump. I'm not sure because those pumps are bloody awful. Those pumps are awfully big. I do not like them very much, though it feels like we can and would be able to fit one right about here. So, well, we'll take a look. I'm not sure about it, but to be fair, we probably can. So let's just do it. The only thing that's a little problematic is that we need to go underground for it, to be fillable. But then we need to get up again, which we'll technically be able to do, and then just connect these two things. So yeah, let's start. I do not want to press start on rail because then it would not be too great to be visible. This is the fuel unloading station. Well, technically there can be two things. I would be able to just send underground the second one. So if we would need, I don't know, fertilizer, probably not. Bitumen, oil, no idea. But we have an option for another one. This is a dead-end track. It's not particularly long, you take a look at it, it's just about 116 meters long. But this one is meant to be supplied with distribution office, and also this is just a depot. This is not a drive-through track. This is a long depot. Yes, it has 4 tracks coming in and out, and you can see these are not connected, but it doesn't matter. Also, this station is even shorter, but again, it's meant to be either a distribution office or a very short train. But a distribution office is more likely because these guys will get access and they will either load it from these mines or they can come from customs. And they will just come from this side, unload coal and just, go away. Or maybe it will be a really short train. I have no idea. We shall see. That's about it. Then this is a depot. This is again one of those English switches, those crosses, full crosses. And next to the depot is a big station, big cargo station. It has a lot, and by lots I mean really lots of, you can see if I press just, it has a lot of connections. And 2 of them, or to be fair, the one whole side has already been used. This was not the original plan, but the original plan was, having a open storage, which would be fine. And the idea was, well, can we, if we would really need, connect a depot to these 2 via, to depot to have the access to the other side. But that means we would need, because you cannot cross rails with factory connections, so it would need storages with rails inside, and we have only 2 of those. So this one is open storage, and this one is a covered storage. This is the second to biggest one. Quite a capacity one. So this one will be used for mechanical components and such, things that are generally used for, reconstructions, building stuff, and so on. On the other side, there will be, storages for food, meat, clothing, and stuff, and probably some big ass. We'll see, but big ass like cargo station will be added to it. It might remain on the podium. It might remain under it. I have no idea right now. This is probably the road connection we will use too. We will use them anyway. So that's what happens here. This is what the mix is. And then thing occurred. It was like, if I have like basically all of these, besides gravel, I know, but if I have all of these, can I get a rail construction office here? Because it can draw automatically via factory connections everything it needs inside. So I would like, okay, so I place a big one. Then the problem was that we need to connect it, so that's why I made 2 tracks. These 2 are for waiting trains, for trains going out. This is another waiting spot for them. And then they have in this interesting junction, and let me highlight it for you so you see it, maybe at least a little better. This is basically all-to-all crosses, because I want my trains to be able to use all of those. So this is the big switchyard. Hopefully it will work. RCO trains cannot technically reach the bridge and the rail upside. They will be able to because they can reverse. So they will just come out here, pick one or first or the second one. Hopefully it will be this one. Then they will reverse to any free rail in the station, and then they will go out. Because yes, they can use any of them. So hopefully it will work. If there will be too big of a problem, I will just try to do something about it. Though, to be fair, I don't know exactly what it should be. But hey, that's it. Also, all of these signals that are placed currently, they are staying. They are all mixed signals. The only thing that will be placed afterwards are signals like these, which will make any of this segment one way for through trains, but it will give, rail construction trains, if need be, it will give them opportunity to turn around. It would block them while building segments, so there will not be any segment. Again, there will be a one-way segment in both of these, or to be fair, this one will then turn into this one, because we do not want trains to block this rail when there will be a fire. So we need a change signals here, but afterwards we will need simply but then it will be only, you know, a normal one because train will fit there. Now it's not like that, so yeah, let's keep it like this for the time being. Also, yeah, the same trick with double signals will be put here, here, and here, so those will be all one-way segments. This is a typical crossing of what I'm doing. Instead of making it like a tramways, this gives opportunity of for trains to, you know, use and, you know, switch tracks. And for future electrification, electrification, or, you know, doing prefab rails, which I technically would be able to do if I would research it, it will be really great. So keep that in mind. We will probably be doing that in the future. And this is just a switch, just a basic switch for you know, a railroad triangle, big enough one. You can see it on here. This one will go to iron deposits and to the upper part. Also, it might be able to and might be willing to have rail to this part in the back because there is oil. You can see there's oil. There's also oil here, so I will see how will I mine it. And there's also oil here, which I will really want to. I would like to get to all of those oil deposits that are on the map. And that's what the second part is. We will go through the city somehow. Yeah, I don't know exactly where, but probably this one or this one. It will see. We will see, but then we will go to the last customs as well. That's what we want. There's also uranium down here, bauxite up here, so we will do probably some industrial railways, quite a lot of it on the other side. But now we're here. This is for the future, so keep that in mind. But this was done in Czech episode. What do I have for you? And I have for you another option, another trains, and that's down here in Radotín. Again, like with the Czech episode, I have it drawn. I have drawn some plans on a paper, but you don't see the paper, you don't see in my head. So what we have here is pretty simple. I just made a single preparation because this is a storage for coal. This is a conveyor engine because coaling station needs to get force pushed. They cannot just draw inside, if you know. Well, anyway, I'm keeping the height that customs have, so it's like 1830 something. You can see it. And now we need to find out how we will connect all of this to a functioning railroad. There will be two ways for the railroad to be going around, and one of them will come right from this. And the main line will stay at 18 meters, so everything will go around it. And you can see that we are having quite a lot of machinery, and most importantly, we have these four. So what I will do is that I will just destroy them away, so they do not run away. They have quite a lot of fuel, but if they would need one, it would, you know, I would need to wait for them to get refuel back. I would rather pre-refuel them. That's not possible, so that's what we'll do. So the first one, and quite important one. Let's do something in this area. What we will need down here is a triangle, and that's what we'll get. We'll need a triangle from these rails to get to the left side, to the customs for, you know, distribution offices, but we will also need to get to the right side because that's where the Republic is, right? And that's where probably a distribution office will be. So let's come in. Also, keep in mind that we will start right with train unloading station. I have no idea where would I want to, you know, connect it and where the rail will be, but simply put, we'll have it, you know, for example, here again. We will have a rail just so it can finish. That's pretty simple. And then this thing will get connected to, another stuff. And to the city. I'm not sure that this fire station that has been planned here will, in fact, stay here. But that's what will come afterwards. Now, we need some tracks from the depot. Not all, but some tracks from the depot to be able to reach the city. So I will pick this one. And we'll just basically start going with it towards a future station that will be somewhere in the city. What I feel like is that these guys can fit in if they would like to. This is too brutal, I think. Let's try to plan it a little bit realistically. So yeah, they will have this connection, and also they will have a crossing. We can have such things on the railroad. That's not too big of a problem. We will also have another crossing because again you can have such things on a railroad. And what I would like to have is it's something like this, because I would like to be able to put the all directional crossing. I have no idea if that will fit, but it seems it fits. So that's fine. This goes better than I was expecting. Again, don't forget put signals, because signals are important. These guys will be a little complicated. Well, to be fair, not too much. F4 to have a little space for a signal. This one is fine for the depot. Will I fit another one? Do I want to? I would be able to fit. Do I want? I don't think so. So to be fair, it would look more, it would look more realistic if it would have the switch. So yeah, please F4 and just connect to this way. Because if you would, do train manipulation, it would be, much more realistic to be able to do it from one side to the other without going across half of the map. That's basically the only thing I care. Yeah, I know. Is it stupid? No, it's not stupid. Is it silly? Might be. Cool. What now? We have these two crosses and we need to be able to, kinda get them together. That's what we'll do. This is the direction where we want to go, so that's what we will do. We are on a siding, so it's not too big of a problem in terms of, radiuses, because trains will go slowly across all of these. Yeah. To be fair, this one should be able to give us a good angle. Yeah, it sort of is. Okay, so we'll keep it like that. Signals are not a problem for construction offices. They can go across them as long as they are bidirectional. So that means, these two arrows. This thing will be a tricky to signal. I am not gonna lie. Can we do just a little smaller diameter, because what I would like to get is double chain down here, because it would be it is wise to just divide these from each other. So now that we have what we do, we need a better idea to get along with all of this. This is fine. Let's join them together, which is not that easy, I have to admit. And you know what? Let's do the main line, because these two rails will go to a main station that will be in the city somewhere here. And you will see the rest. Now we need to lift all of the rail bed up where we can. Let's start very simply, because we'll need to get it up real fast, because we need some embankment for the rail to exist on. That's the most major part. And we are at 18 meters. Yeah, 18 meters are okay, because it's about 8 meters above the terrain. So it's great for, bridges and stuff, because that's a thing rails usually need. And I will also lift to 8 meters anything that we have up here. Why am I doing these, small stats? You will see in quite a moment. I don't think we will need them this big, but well, better now than sorry later. Yeah, this is what we have, and then this is what we have as well. Now I'm using my favorite option, and that is a runway, or to be fair, this one is not a runway, this one is a taxiway. Taxiways are nice because they are much faster in terraforming than standard rails, but you can also curve terrain with them, because now you can see what we have is a straight line, but we need to get to this part. So what I will do is that I will add a small runway to this part, a small taxiway, and you can see we can have just about this type of curve, or we can make it a little smaller. So I will do it like this, and this is the way we'll go. Yeah, you can see it's pretty nice looking. I don't want to connect it, so yeah, we can make it a little wider. Why not? Again, you can just do it like this, not a problem, and then just make it fit the whole width you need, or to be fair, the width you want. Now remove this, and what we now know is that we can build the passenger station. Ooh, we got a lot of new stops. That's an interesting part. These are not mods, these are all, vanilla, like, a big station. That's fine. I have not seen them yet. Can they be built? It looks like they can be built just via footpath, which I like. I hope that they are not having any station for, 2000. Yeah, that's fine. But what I like, let's build a big station, because if anything, we will have a lot of trains. Now, this is a city, and I would like to have the rails for the city, and all of this, are really good looking and really, align with each other. So the station will be here. There will be a lot of houses. There will be some shops. All of this will happen. And if there will be workers, I will let them, get on the train and ride to the next station. We can even have a shuttle train. That's not a big problem, but that's not a thing I want to be solving right now. So let's keep it like it is. These rails absolutely have a point being here like they are right now. And we just need to, even the terrain. I know that the station is now up on a hill. Don't worry, that's not the final thing that will happen. But I need those rails to exist. Now let's place a main line. What is a main line? A main line is, simply put, main line is the main tracks that we will have. 400 meters is fine. You can see if I'm going to the side, it shows azimuth. I do not want azimuths. I want, I want it to be straight. Like if you would shoot, that's exactly what we want. Now, which of these two are a main line? And I can, pretty easily pick one, and I will pick this to be the main track of what we have here. We have two more. One of them, and this one will get probably very long. How long trains are we able to serve? This is probably the shortest one, so let's take a look at it. It's about 290 meters. The rest are about 300 meter trains. Let's do 300. If we take a look at the station, we then need a 300 meter long track. That is about to this place. So that's fine. There will be not a semaphore, maybe. And yeah, 60 meters is pretty okay. So yeah, let's put it like this. We can probably move it a little closer, just so we are sure. 1, 2, yeah, the third one will be somewhere here. It's not a problem. We will need it in this area. Though to be fair, this is a siding. It doesn't need a 60 meter long switch. It needs a shorter one. Main tracks do need such thing. So that is what we have. There is a little specialty now. And the little specialty is this one track. This one is a track we technically do not need to be solving, but we want, and we want it to get, down. That will be a track that will go down to these guys. Oh, let's put it down. Let's put the signal here, because that's something I would definitely like to have. And let's go down. We can make the radius a little smaller, not a problem. F4, because I don't want to attach itself what we have down here. And yeah, and now we'll go. F4, yeah, make the radius big one. But it will connect to this one as well. I'm doing this so we can have two trains, meeting up there. Now, can we take this a little lower in terms of the terrain? I think we should, and it doesn't look too bad, honestly. So this is what we'll have. Yeah. Let's get a little higher. Yeah, this looks fine. So this is the one we are connecting to, almost. Make the radius smaller, but not too small. Yep, this is fine. This is also fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it being the way it is. This is signaled correctly. Yep, everything is signaled correctly. There's only one potential problem, and that if there will be a train up here and it will want to get to refuel, it might get stuck on this outside rail. And it will have no way back. If that will be a too big of a repeated problem, I may easily just add a switch down here, which in fact is a thing I probably can do right now, just to be sure. So yep, 40 meters, perfect, and that's it. Well, we do not need to cause ourselves headaches just for the sake of them. So this is one thing. Don't forget, we get a rail down here, and I am not able to go from here to customs house right now. I technically can do something like a tunnel and go around. That's definitely not my style. So yeah, get it in a way that we can accommodate, that we would be able to accommodate, a little longer train. But don't be silly. Now this is a rail that definitely needs a connection, so it will have one. This is a station, so they can absolutely keep it the way it is, and what we can have is having a rail that will continue from this, and a rail that definitely will go to the side from this siding, and that's where we will connect. Is it possible to make right now without it looking too weird? It feels like we can. Though this angle doesn't feel too great, so yeah. And I know why the angle is not feeling too great, because if you can see, there's a bump. So we'll remove the bump. That's what it's all about. Yeah, a little more. Yeah, and now we're there, and it will look like a perfect piece of rail, right? Yeah, almost. I was thinking about having, a siding here as well. It's definitely something we do not need. Why? Because, and the answer is really simple. There will be just one train coming up here. It might be even a line, I don't know, or a distribution office. I do not care. If it would be a line, I would not need a way to get to customs. It probably will not be a line, so yeah. That's what's coming right now. On this station, there's definitely a thing going on that we need to be able to get from all rails to all. This one is pretty simple, because we simply need the switch to exist. From these guys, these two rails can, in fact, go further and then go down. So that's what we'll give them. And I hope I have enough place. If I'm not, well, you'll see. So this is where switches can start. How is it looking? Well, it's not looking too bad. Well, not here. Here it is looking absolutely horrible. I have no idea why. So, yeah, can you please just have a larger radius? Yeah, you can. This one is okay. Well, it feels okay. Not sure it is, but it feels okay, so we'll see. Now, F4. Can we get an English switch? I know that Mr. Krabs has been, asking how do you do these you cannot do them, and this one definitely should be doable. I don't know why it's not, because the angle is big enough. Or at least it feels big enough. I don't know if it is, but it looks like it's not. So we'll do it. We'll do it again. Again, this is not a model railroad. This is just a railroad. Feels definitely out. This feels definitely out of angle, but yep. That's why it's doable. It looks hässlich. How German friends would say. That means, you know, ugly. But yeah, it's the way it can be done. So well, that's where we are. These are basically just you know, a small part. Okay. I don't like how it looks though, because the switch is bigger than what we had. I will try once more with, oh fuck, not this, with a little longer, right? A little longer one. Yeah, is it better? I don't know. But it feels better. When it will be built, it will not look that bad. Okay, let's keep it. Let's keep it and do not dig too deep in it, right? Yeah, that's probably what we should do. Now, it doesn't want to allow me to, you know, do the switch because there's this crossing point. So yeah, again, 40 meters is the way. And that's all we need, because now this thing needs to just, you know, get to the side and we can start going down. Again, these guys will now start going up, because they need to reach the upper level, and we cannot do it just with you know, simple. How it's called, simple terrain editing. I'm lost for words. I'm really sorry. It's, you know, almost 1 in the morning, and we've been having, you know, some St. Nicholas Day at my work, so I've been a good boy. I've been not taken away by any entities like, you know, devil himself and so on. Nor did our kids, so it means we need to be taken care of them in the future as well. So well, I guess that's fine. That's how it should be. Yeah, it's been a day full of stuff that has been happening, so that's where we are. Okay, this one will get connected up there. I definitely would like to have 2 rails in here. Yeah, this one is fine. F4, this one is also fine. These guys will have 2 of those. Can we just, you know, have a connection right in? We can. Though to be fair, if it would be looking better if these 2 radiuses were kind of same. Yep, like this. So it's, you know, looking similar enough. And what now? Now we can do these connections. That's not too out of place. Yeah, sure. And then small vexel. Sure, that sure we can do, right? And down here. Yeah, perfect. Is it the best we can do? I don't like this. I would much rather, okay, F4. I would much rather do, you know, some connection. Yep, something like this. Yep, true. Now, this will be, and I have to admit it, this will be a signaling hell. Because this is a thing you can absolutely cut away. This is a thing you need to cut away. So those main tracks will work. This one is fine. It's not fine because we cannot reach from all of these tracks. We cannot reach to the left side. I was faster than I should have been. So again, main tracks, 50 meters, not a big problem. That's what we'll have. This is the first one. This is the second signal. Now again, these are pretty simple. 1, 2. This one is way too far. So this one is like this and this. This is okay. Now it would be wise to have to disconnect these from each other. So this is a perfect spot. This is, by the way, why we have these two away. And I will do the same thing here and here. If there wouldn't be the switch, I would be able to place it down here. I'm not, so I'm dividing it like this. Then for operational purposes, how big, or to be fair, how long are these sections? It's 90 meters, that's not great. If I would be able to move, it's 100 meters. It's better, but it's still not enough. Fuck. Okay. What we will do, we'll absolutely need chains down here. And, well, this is coming from the upper side. If they are able to enter, they can go down here. I would much rather, you know, just put some signals in this part and, you know, divide all of this from each other. Why it is a single segment? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right that it's the same color. Because it shouldn't be. It should be like something like a green one, or, you know, not this. This feels wrong. Okay, maybe something has broken with colors. I have no idea, but hey, here we are. Now, this is a section that's disconnected. Is it really needed to have it this way? I'm not sure. And what we have made here is that we kind of contradicted each other because... why? Because these rails probably need something, you know... I would like to have, you know, parallel ways to these storages, and now they all need to go across the exact same rail. That's not a great design. I fucked that up. So this one will go out. This one will go out because this one is definitely not needed. This one is not needed. And this one should come to this rail, right? So we have one and we have second. It's still not great because we cannot divide these from each other. But now they can come through here. This will be more like cargo tracks. And they can come to this rail from here, so this one is technically not needed. Fine. Another obsolete stuff to, you know, get removed. It's okay. What we would like to have is that from the main station, if they would come from the main track, to be able to get to this one, yeah, we will need to for them to be able to get to this one. So that's what we'll do, right? And we will cut it this way so they are not switching tracks here and there at will. Now I'm thinking, can we do it? Can we do this one even smaller? So we would be able to put a, you know, a small chain signal in it. I think that we could. Yeah, this is great. It is not, but it is a thing how to do it. Okay, this thing we can assign. So this one is yellow, this one is purple. That's fine. This one will stay purple. There's nothing wrong with it. And now we need to do something with this whole insane setup. Because we have this border. Trains coming from here should not block anything else. So let's divide even more, you know, these three rails. So this one is yellow again. Somewhat yellow. To be fair. And yeah, this one now can be treated as a separate segment, which is okay. To be fair, again, yeah, but I cannot, you know, make this one smaller. So this is a fine small segment. And can I do a similar segmentation up here? Yes, it's all with full chain signals because we will need trains to get around. Did I spend too much time on this? Yeah, I spent really too much time on this. Now do the part that is up here. Again, I will stick to what we have. Now just one more detail. There are rails coming down here, and as you can see, we have a, you know, trolley bus stop. I will drive it through. The only question is, can we really drive it through? I think we can. And, well, can means it should be possible. Do we have a trolley bus tunnel? We should have a trolley bus tunnel. It's a tram track. Yeah, this is a road tunnel. Road tunnels have inbuilt trolley bus tracks. This is not looking great. Fuck. Get lower. Just a little bit. Nothing too special, but a little bit lower, please. Right? So, one more attempt. Yeah. If you do not know, yeah, trolley buses can go through these tunnels, so they will do it. Well, what we'll do? This thing can go away. This thing we will need, so we will put it probably right next to the tunnel. Is that a good idea? I don't think it is a good idea. So we will put it this way, so we can, if need be, we can actually, you know, put another way, another road up there. Ah, fuck! They have built it already. Well, shit happens. So you will demolish it. That's why we have you guys here. I'm not sure you have a vehicle. You don't have a vehicle, so can we just put you a, you know, personal car, because it will definitely do not need more. Yeah, Skoda two-door. Why not? Just a question again. Do you have all sources? You do have all sources, so yeah, well, I do not care that much. And this thing can go away. It's not a problem anymore. This stop has not been built yet, and this thing has definitely not been built anyway as well, so we will remove it. And yeah, I will remove these small paths as well, because They are not needed where they were anymore. Trolley bus stop. Yeah, that's this one. I will keep it in the general area, so don't worry. And trolley bus track, road with brick road with trolley. What is the best angle? Probably this one. We even have trolley track on the same side. That's fair. Please, can you just, you know, yeah. Terrain smoothing, yeah, sure. And if we have trolleys from that side, we will keep them on that side the whole time. That's what we have. That's what we have built. Yeah, I'm not sure how the path will get done. So this is what we'll have. I also do not know what we'll have on this side, so we'll be patient. But this is where our road goes. Well, not road, but no, the general connection. There's a good point now about, do we really want... because there will be a highway somewhere, and yeah, it will be for the future, not now. Okay, finish those rails. So again, prepare the terrain. It will take a little while. What we'll basically do is I will draw it with this thing. We'll have the main rail to go that way, and we'll have a side going to this area. There will be a for trade station. That will be, you know, just behind here. Then there will be 2 rail distribution offices, 1 and 2, because they have each 2 through rails. And they probably will get assigned, and, you know, not assigned, but attached right behind these 4. And then those rail distribution offices will go back to the main line, but will have a 1 returning track back. That means that they will be able to, you know, pick up coal, go around, and go via this insanity that we just placed to the coal unloading, and then back home again. This is the plan. That's what I will do right now. Let me do the terrain first. Well, terrain has technically been prepared, part of it. I was just wondering where will those switches be. So yeah, this is the basic of it. Like two rails to front, 2 rails that will be turning to the cargo station that will be at about this spot. I will want to have the four-way one. So that's probably, yeah, it will probably be in this place. So it means that those rail distribution offices will be down here. They will be elevated, and they will probably be elevated to those 18 meters that we have right now. So we can start making it, because as you can see, those rails, this one will clearly go just to the front. We do not need any extra care. If I will need, which may look like that we will actually, I will simply, you know, demolish some of it and, you know, have them done in a way that will incorporate a bridge or, you know, anything of that sort. This is basically just a plan so that we will use it. Yep, that's about it. To be fair, we can put those distribution offices at the lower level. And I will do it. I will do it because I just got an idea. So the lower level will be what? 9 meters? Yeah, something like 9 meters. So I'll definitely bring the rest of it to the lower level, which is not something too problematic. We cannot go past that point, but that shouldn't be an issue. And you will see what has crossed my mind after we'll get to the lower level, as I told you. Well, now this is the first step. First step is 13 meters, because it would be otherwise too big. This is a road that will come to this area, and if we'll probably need some, reconstruction, maybe even reconstruction. That would be an excellent job to have. We'll take a look into it. I have no idea how it will turn out, but this will be a storage for anything that we do not have in the city or do not need in the city. So we have a lot of, covered warehouses inside, but we will need some open storages as well. At least one, maybe two. I don't know. We might even use these as, part of the aluminum industry, because there's a bauxite. Don't forget. We might add their loading track for something. I don't know. Again, as I'm telling, we will see. Currently, we have an X. There is an option for a rail to go and get loading of basically anything we want. So I do not consider this a problem. I'll just put a road here. This will definitely need some terrain works. Not now. It will be done in the future. What we have is just how would someone signal, this insane stuff is pretty easy. This one will be a separate track, and it will be a one-way track. I will make one of these signals one way. I don't know which one, probably this. But well, that's for another part. And basically, these two parts of the intersection will be turned into a separate ones. This is for the cargo part. This is for, the stuff that we have up here. We can technically divide these two, if you would want. I really do not like these colors. For some reason, it should be a green one. Maybe it is a green one, but the amount of white supersedes it. But I don't think it's that great. Well, what we need is we have one way down, but we do not have the other way up. So that's the last switch we are missing. Again, it's mostly for cargo trains, so it doesn't need to be something like a super smooth, but it will be like this. The main part is that when you are doing signals, if you are doing chain signals, they should not be able to block themselves. I do not have such an operation now, but if I would have, for example, if I would do things like this, they are not able to cross each other. But a train that would have the option, it can easily just start here. The chain signal would look into this one. It's not looking because it's not a direct route, but they can easily block each other. So you can divide it. You do not need to. It's up to you. I'm not doing it right now. We have the option to do it later on. We also have the option to put a signal down here, so we can have many colors, many signals. I don't think it's necessary. There shouldn't be too many trains, and if there will be, let them wait in the station. This is the main track. That's not a big issue. Currently, just we need to get down to those rail distribution offices. So let's pick one. This is probably a good spot for it. I would like to have an option to pass a road around this one. So let me take a look if it's possible. It's looking like it's entirely possible, so that's fine. I know that it's not straight. Okay, one more. Make it straight. Make it look okay. This is fine. Okay, copy, place. Yeah, sure, that's fine. And now I will simply turn these rails around. Is it sharp? It is quite sharp, honestly. Oh, second attempt, it's much further, not a problem. And yeah, we will need the same thing we did with the station. It's pretty simple. Again, we can have them as short as possible, because there shouldn't be any issue with having multiple signals in the whole segment. Yeah, we don't have F4 on, that's why it's such interestingly slow, you can say. Oh, not a problem. You know, this is 1. This is 2. And yeah, these guys are all connected. Is it now too far away from each other? Yeah, probably is. Do I care? I think we do care a little bit, because it's generally better to have all of these, you know, as short as possible. So that's what we'll have. This one, again, yeah, make them look straight. And then, you know, the through ones again, which means there will not be any signal here. There will be signal 1, 2, 3, 4, and the same thing is on the other side. Simple, easy. No need for any problems at all. Now there will be needed only 2 things. And that's where we are going to, you know, sort of end. Yeah, that's where we are going to sort of end our journey. We need to put these together into a single line. F4. Yeah, we have F4. Fine. Okay. Let's combine these into one segment each. F4, because I would like to have them combined a little better. Or, to be fair, we can do one detail, and there's this guy. It can absolutely go to front. These guys can go as they are, and they can simply, yeah, it can simply connect like this. Well, don't do it. Let's do it this way, because that will feel better, hopefully. This is one. This will be the one that will go forward. Now, F4 turn off. And we'll do this thing. This will be the last type of the switch in this general area. I hope it will work. If not, you know what it will happen. Well, you know what? Let me plan it, because that will be probably much easier solution. Okay, just to note, single stuff to note to yourself. It's easier to do it first the cross than the rest. And yeah, I know that I'm missing the connection from the upper part. So again, yeah, let me show you. It's easier to do the X part first and then do the rest. This one is too big. Let me start from this point. Yeah, and now we are there. And then we can easily just, get a small F4 and a short switch. Yeah, that's how you do it. And why I'm doing this right now? Because I need a way for the trains to get around. That's what you saw. I would much rather have these stations curved a little bit. We do not have such buildings, so, well, that's obviously what we cannot do. But we can do this thing, and that means I want to go through. And we'll do a proper, nice, and hopefully a little bit beautiful bridge. For bridges, it's really simple. You'll just pick a you'll just take a route, and we'll aim it somewhere, and start digging a hole. That's not how it went, right? After a short moment, you can absolutely get down to the level you want to, and that's where you want it to be, right? So delete the route and place a rail inside instead. If you made it correctly, you are there, and this is our return rail for anything that we would want to be doing up there. Here should also be an option for us to get 2 rails going upwards, but I don't think that is a great cardinal sin to A, leave some of it for a future episode, and B, do it in a way that the split will happen just after this crossing. Yes, it will be a big cross, I know, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Yes, so we can have this, and then a split. Game mechanic wise, it's not a problem. It's probably a better solution. In reality, you would have a rail going through here, but as you can see, we are kind of unable to just put it inside, because you can see what it's doing. Yeah, this is probably what we would have in reality, but there's the problem that we would need to to have a rail from here to the left side. Okay, it's there, so that's what we'll have. And also, yeah, can we just finish this? Is it really possible to just? Yeah, sure. It's really not a great looking junction, but well, who am I to judge? It fits. So yeah, that's what we'll have. Signaling is absolutely easy down here, just for mixed signals for those rails coming out. There will be mixed signals up here, and they will be connected, to the upper side. Also, we can, and keep that in mind, we can do it a little differently, and we can do another bridge just outside here, so trains do not need to cross the main line. But if there will be 2 tracks up here, I don't think that it's too big of a reason, too big of a problem, not a reason. So yeah, let's keep it like it is. Now there will be just a small problem, and that's the length of the bridges, F4, so we can have a bridge that actually fits what we need. Yeah, this feels okay, so that's fine. This is a too short segment, we do not need this one. This one will join the main line and will follow up here. I don't think that's too big of a surprise. So yeah, I will just have it connected, but that can become just a place, just a thing afterwards. So we do not need to go through this together. So have a nice day. I will finish this. I hope you liked this rail building episode. That really hasn't been anything yet. So you can let me know if you like these episodes and like these things a lot or not, because I know that there are some people, and there's quite a lot of them in my Czech channel, that do like these. They really like the rail building part and the whole design phase. And yes, then there are some that are not too into it. So, well, let me know. That's all I'm asking. I'm really curious. And yes, this will be a one-way road. I'm just, dividing it for the sake of track building, if there will be. Yes, keep in mind that we do not have a single rail construction office here anywhere. And that, this is a city. Here will be a storage. There is a non-zero possibility that I will try to implement and connect some rail construction office inside as well. And to be fair, yeah, this feels like a really good place for it. If I will be able to connect, storages to it, but that doesn't feel like a not undoable area. What we will need to figure out is the highway connection. And for those, probably these two things will need to go, but that's what we'll do, in the other episode. This is what we have now. I hope it got your interest. This is what will the thumbnail be. Yeah, it's looking absolutely insane, I know. And next time we'll move more than 2 days in 2 hours of, well, gameplay. Is this a gameplay? I have no idea. Have a nice day.